welcome back to the banks of the stunning River Wye, and to part 2 of our fishing adventure. We had got off to a great start, catching a number of barbel and a few chub, but with conditions rapidly changing and PBs to beat, how would we get on for the rest of the trip? Tune into part 2 to find out. Well, as the trip was a family holiday, we didn't get to spend as much time as we would have liked fishing, but that didn't mean that we stayed far from the river. On the second day we travelled to the beautiful Simmons Yacht, where we took a boat trip up and down the river and got to see many of its landmarks. We visited the famous Barbel alley and heard stories of big salmon that had been caught on the river. But while we were there, we noticed the river was a lot higher and a lot more coloured, so we couldn't wait to get back to the stretch. So we crept back down there in the early hours of the evening and looked to catch a few more barbel and a few chub. Coloured water's normally good for a bite, so we were dead confident. As the water was significantly higher, we couldn't actually fish the same swims we had fished the previous night, so we headed off down the river to look for new areas to target, and we did find a couple of good ones.
Whoa. Right then, so second proper evening, and this is my second barbel of the evening. Dad's had one as well. Lots going on. The river's got a bit of colour in it today, so the fish are feeding. Nice, so we'll slip this one back. Hopefully got about an hour left to catch a couple more. Sweet. Right guys, complete role reversal from the other night, and it went quiet when it was going dark the other night, and tonight, if anything, it's just making it kick off. I've just put back a fish, as you've seen. Now Dad has got a fish on, which seems to be trying to get right under his own bank. Bit of extra water, bit of colour. Often really good for barbel. He's picked up a load of weed. Sweet. See if he can get it in. Barbel are probably the only fish I know, well actually, apart from catfish, that if you get their heads up, they still go mental. If anything, it just makes them worse. Get a carp's head up, it normally just, that's it. But these guys, yeah, it's not a massive fish. But you wouldn't really want to fish much lighter, would you, eh?
No.
Show you all the gear and stuff we're using at some point in the video. It's a bit agricultural, but that's the way you got to do it on the Y. As you can see by Dad's feeder, big heavy feeder swinging around, but you don't want to be on too light a line with these. Here we go. Is this it? Oh. Slurping down a mixer. A bit awkward because the swims.
I'm using a line. I could do with a much longer line net handle.
Yeah, and the swims are a bit awkward on this stretch. It's not massively fished.
Never mind, it's in the net.
There you go.
Yeah, it's the second fish of the evening. These are quite small. The ones Chris had are a little bit bigger actually, but I don't know, 50 yards
Upstream.
of where Chris is, maybe. So I've perhaps got a smaller stamp of fish in front of me. Still, they fight hard and they're good fun.
Yeah, sweet. A bit of Y magic. Awesome.
The next morning I was back down the river again. But would the colour still be there? And would the fish still be feeding? I certainly hope they would be.
There you go, guys. Morning. Come back down the river dead early this morning with my uncle, and that's my first cast, first fish, and my uncle's just walked down the bank to say he's had one as well, so it should be a good day today, I would think. Can go like this on the Y. We were thinking that the colour in the water would have dropped back out, but it hasn't. If anything, it's come up a bit more and it's coloured up more, so it's looking even better. Haven't got all day today, but I'm going to make the most of it while I can. So we'll slip this guy back, see if we can catch some more. They're absolutely amazing fish, aren't they? So, see you in a bit. Right then, guys, so for those of you who are thinking of coming to the Y, I thought you might like to see my rig. It's nothing technical, it's so easy, the fishing here. You really don't need to do anything special. You've got to control the river because it's so fast and so wide that you have to do what you can. So it's a bit agricultural, but this is my setup. Feeder fishing with ground bait, plugging the ends, putting pellets in the middle. I'll show you that a bit more. It's nothing, again, nothing difficult. So that's a 5 ounce feeder there. That's a heavy feeder. You need a pretty strong rod to cast it. That's down to a buffer bead. That feeder's just running. That's down to a buffer bead and a swivel. Then I've got a hook link, and that's the bit that I would change, is I'd vary the length of your hook link depending on the sort of bites you're getting. And that's down to a hair-rigged boilie. So yeah, that's it, dead simple. Your rod, just chuck it out there, you leave it 15-20 minutes and your rod just arches over usually, so it's absolutely brilliant. Probably some of the best fishing you'll ever do, I reckon, fishing on the Y. So there you go, get yourself some of them. You will need a few as well if you come into the Y, because you get a lot of snag ups in weed and in rocks. It's loads of boulders on the bottom, so you get snagged up in loads of rocks and stuff. But yeah, I'll show you a bit more about the ground bait mix. Again, nothing technical. It's what fishing is all about. It's not, you know, just catch the fish. Don't overcomplicate things. So yeah, sweet. Let's put this back out there, see if we can catch another one.
Well, unfortunately, after losing another fish, I just got frustrated by quick bites, which were probably from chub. I didn't actually manage to connect with another barbel in that short morning session, but in the swim next door to me, my uncle certainly was connecting with them. so Paul had managed to catch 4 more barbel in a short morning session. It had really upped our tally for the trip, but with only an evening left for myself and 2 days left for Paul and Dad, how would our final tally finish up? Tune into part 3 to find out.